Uh-oh, guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's called
Metal-O-Mania.
Yo, this is Rob from Cognitive, and you're listening to Metal-O-Mania with Crypt and Scully.
All right, this is Marco from the Swedish death metal band The Crown. You are listening to Metal-O-Mania with my chat with The Crypt.
It's hump day. Are you ready for your weekly dose of demon jizz?
Hey, this is Yngve from Relentless Aggression. You are watching Metal-O-Mania with Scully and the Crypt.
Exposing corruption of the soul.
And with relentless aggression, we open up episode number 227. Welcome to the show, ladies, gentlemen, metalheads, and thievery fools. And Miss Scully, how are you?
I'm great, thank you.
Good to see you, my dear.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Happy to do the metal. Happy to be here. And it's going to be a good show, too, man.
Fuck yeah.
Looking forward to it.
I've seen a sneak peek at the playlist. So.
See, there you go. And there's a little taste of it. Relentless Aggression, by the way, a band that we have had on the show out of Norway. You can check out that interview in the archives.
Yes, sir.
Fuck yeah. And that's a brand new single by them, by the way. Brand new single they just put out. They put out a full length earlier this year. They just put out this single. There's some busy cats, man.
Relentless Aggression.
There you go.
I mean, it's right in the title.
Right? And you can't say you weren't warned. Fuck yeah. And I love those cats, man. So shout out to them. And shout out to everybody. Support for the show has been amazing. It's been on fire. It's been more and more every week, which is pretty kick-ass. We appreciate it more than you know. And we will continue to reward you for it with good metal. We're going to have some good interviews. Bray Road came on the show last week. We talked to Ghetto Ghouls on the show last week. We talked to Evil recently and Space Chaser and all those killer bands. And we got Crisix on the show tonight.
Fuck yeah. And if you guys haven't heard of these bands, take this as an invite.
There you go. This is your official invitation.
Go check them out. Right. Go follow, and subscribe.
There you go. Scully's got good advice all the time. I just pictured, as you did that, I pictured you. And the car girls at the car shows, they stand and do this by the car. That should be you at like a metal show. You should be standing like, and here's the banner for Crisix. Go and check them out. And here are some Ghetto Ghouls. I like it. That is kind of what we do here, actually. We are fucking, out here every week telling you here are the
Vanna
bands.
White of metal.
Oh, I love it, babe. I love. Can I see your vowel face? Can I see your O face? Oh. But there we go. But yeah, we are going to be talking to Crisix later on the show. They have just put out their brand new Pizza EP. Fuck yeah. Perfect timing. Perfect topic.
I hope we're going to get into.
Oh, we're going to.
Okay.
We're going to talk a little bit of pizza. Well, pizza has a special place in your and our relationship and everything. Pizza plays a role in everything. Yeah. We're going to talk about that. We are having a pizza party. You might not be able to see it, but we have pizza actually over here on the side table tonight. We're doing a pizza party in honor of Crisix tonight.
Awesome.
And we're going to be talking to Plow. And Crisix is returning to the show. We have talked to them before.
Right.
So if you get into the archives, you can see that one. And we're going to catch up to them. In fact, they're just now going on the road. So we're going to hit them up literally as they're leaving to go off onto the road and do some shows.
That is awesome.
Pretty exciting.
I hope we can check in as it progresses.
I definitely intend to, man.
Good.
They're going to be hitting lots of different places, and I want some footage. So yeah, we're working it out. They're great.
Awesome.
A truly kick-ass band, man. If you're not already, if I had to make a list of the big four, we have our old big four and all that, but if I had to make a modern big four list, no bullshit, Crisix, man. Crisix is right there on it for me.
Can't argue.
Yeah, love it. And you know what? They're on the road right now with Insanity Alert, another band we've had on the show that we're big fans of.
That has got to be a killer show.
Heavy Kevy and the boys, man. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I definitely am curious to see. I hope they document how the shows are going and you know what I mean, just the people. I just the energy that's got to come from that crowd.
Oh man, picture
as
this.
It continues to grow as people get freed up and
back on the road and
to get together indoors and things like that.
They're pent up. Well, I've been telling a lot of bands lately, I feel like we're all pent up wildcats, and now that we're finally hitting these shows. Well, and think about this. They'll be at a show where the song World Needs Mosh that we're going to play for you tonight by Crisix is going to be played. All Mosh No Brain will be played by Insanity Alert. They're playing that song whenever they play out right now, dude, because that's a fucking badass new song from them.
Yeah.
And I mean, would you have any choice but to break things if you're at a show where those songs are being played on the? Yeah, I mean, fuck. I love those bands so much, man. I hope that makes it overseas and we get to see a piece of it because I do love those bands.
I know. I don't know how I'm going to keep you from moshing.
I know, man. I'm not supposed to because of my jaw. But
not doctor approved.
I'm getting out there. Can't wait. The world needs mosh, as Crisix will remind you later in the show. And thank you to those guys. But yeah, we have them coming.
Okay. So
we're going to talk about all that. We're going to get into pizza. And by the way, we got Mike Bossier coming tonight.
Oh, yay. Okay, cool.
All that plus. See, this is the show that keeps on giving, man. We bust you in the chops.
So Mike is the cherry on top.
There you go. Oh, there you go. I love that. You're a cherry, Mike. I'm going to bust it. I mean, anyway, but yeah, no, Mike is returning to the show. We're going to world premiere a Snipers of Babel song tonight.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very exciting.
All right.
And I'm going to catch up with Mike, and we're going to talk about days gone by and days to come. How about that?
Okay.
and maybe we'll talk a little pizza.
Days of our lives.
The days of our lives. But I do have some pizza shit to get into, of course, because it's the pizza party
All
night
right, well,
here
let's
on Metal-O-Mania.
Start the pie talk.
You wanna talk pizza or play the twofer or talk pizza now or I got
I don't know.
plenty
You
to get
tell
into.
me.
Let's play a couple of songs for everybody, and then we'll come back and we'll get into some pizza. How about that? We'll literally get into some pizza. We'll be eating it. We'll be talking to you. We'll do the whole thing.
Try not to talk with my mouth full.
There you go. Hey. Oh, so many jokes I didn't make. Aren't you proud of me?
You're growing up.
I'm trying, babe. I'm giving it a run. But let's play two quick songs for everybody. Let's play some Silence Equals Death. The song is Signals. From the new release, I'll See You on the Other Side. This is a metallic hardcore band out of Jersey. In fact, they're playing at the Cavern in Jersey this Friday night. If you're in Jersey, get over to the Cavern and support Badassery.
Right.
And right behind that, we're going to play some Prestige. You Weep, Reveal the Ravage is the name of the new release from this band out of Finland. This is a reformed badass band, a badass unit. And check this out, man. Reveal the Ravage is their first full-length release since 1992's Parasites in Paradise.
Wow, okay.
So welcome back, gentlemen. Welcome back,
yes.
welcome back. And this is a badass song, man. So yeah, it was worth the wait. So let's get a little jammage in people, and then we'll get a little pizza into people. And don't go anywhere. We got great guests, Crisix and Mike Bossier and Scully and these great metal jams. Enjoy.
All right, here we go.
What she said.
It's the real thing. A radio signal from another world.
The next time you use your hand signals, you know how the saying goes, right? If you don't use your arms to signal, the truck will rip them right off. True story.
You sucked that guy's dick?
Yeah, how do you think I knew that he...
Wait, but you said you only had sex with 3 different guys. You never mentioned him.
Because I never had sex with him.
You sucked his dick. What? Something like 36?
Lower your voice.
Wait, what is that anyway? Something like 36. Does that include me?
37.
I'm 37?
Going to class.
Oh my god. 37. My girlfriend sucked 37 dicks.
In a row?
This makes me want to weep and then die.
Cussing so motherfucking loud. My moms don't like that shit.
And that's a 2-pack of badassery here for you on Metal-O-Mania episode 227. Welcome back to the studio with me and Scully, where we're having our pizza party. That's good pizza, right?
Everybody loves a pizza party.
Everybody loves
I mean, when you were in school and it was pizza party day, it was fucking amazing. When you're an adult and at work and they're like, hey, we're going to pizza today, everybody's like, fuck yes, that's awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know a single person that doesn't like pizza.
You can't go wrong with pizza, man.
Do you? Do you know anybody that doesn't like pizza?
I don't believe I do, actually. Even our picky-ass children, when they were growing up, liked pizza. They didn't like too many things,
Yeah, I mean,
but
they
pizza
didn't
was one of
agree on
those everybody...
toppings.
Well, yeah, there you go. You're absolutely right.
But pizza.
Well, therein lies the rub on pizza, you know, because one pizza, your definition of pizza can be an entirely different thing than my definition of pizza. That is one of those foods where, you know what I mean? It can be greatly...
I mean, the crust alone can be so different.
Yeah.
And then toppings and, you know.
What's your preference? Do you like thick Chicago style? Do you like thin New York style?
I think I'm more into the thin.
Yeah, you're a thin
Yeah,
cruster.
more of a thin. Not that I dislike other pizzas either. Like,
Right. We are only talking matter of degree. If you got pizza, we'll eat it.
Bad pizza is still pizza.
It's still pizza. That's right. Yeah. My dad has a joke about that, but I bring it up later when on the interview, so I don't want to say it now. But more of a thin crust, probably a little crispier on the crust. For
me.
You like an extra down. Well,
and I don't like a lot of toppings because I don't like it to be like awkward. You know, I don't
see. Yeah, that's where you and I are different.
I don't really want to eat it with a fork, and I don't want to have. You know, I just want to be able to.
That's where you and I are different with pizza and an ice cream. You like yours very plain Jane, give me cheese, give me my ice cream with
I'll
nothing
eat, like,
in
sausage. But yeah, even my ice
Oh,
cream.
you'll eat sausage.
No chunkies in my ice cream.
But yeah, I want tons of shit on my pizza. I want tons of shit on my... I like chunky nuts and goobers and whatever the fuck. Throw it all in my shit. I like all that. Yeah. And on my pizza, give me 1,000 toppings, whatever you got. Let's go with it.
In our local restaurant, when you order bacon in particular, for some reason, they give you like an entire slab of bacon on one piece of pizza.
The price of everything's going up except for bacon, apparently. Because
I don't know what the deal is with
if
that.
You order,
I mean,
you don't want to order extra bacon because you'll get like 6 pounds of bacon on your pizza.
No. And if you order other toppings, I think they're in there. They're just smothered by the bacon.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
What you now have is pepperoni flavored. I mean, I'm sorry, bacon flavored pepperoni. You have bacon flavored olives. You have bacon flavored. Yeah.
It's insane the amount of bacon. I mean,
I'm not
you
pitching
can scrape off some bacon and like add it to an omelet tomorrow morning.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
you could bring bread and make a BLT on the side of your pizza.
Totally.
I like it.
Absolutely.
Well, as far as the big chains go, do you have a favorite? Like like the Pizza Huts and all that kind of stuff. I used to be a big Pizza Hut guy, but
as far
I'm not
as like delivery
these days.
goes, like just the old school delivery, Domino's, I guess is my preference over like Papa John's, which is awful.
I'm not a fan of Papa John's personally.
What else? Pizza Hut. Pizza
I like
Hut
Pizza
doesn't
Hut.
deliver here, but I do like Pizza Hut when we had that as an option.
We like Lido's. We're big Lido's. That's
Lido's
a local
is
chain.
a
I'm not sure
local
how
thing
far
of
they go, but
Maryland, I think specifically. So I don't
Maybe,
think others might know that.
But I'm a big Lido's fan. In fact, when we had the Thralls of Metal guys in from Ohio, we made sure to turn them on to some Lido's pizza, which I think had good reviews. So. But yeah, I'm a big Lido's fan. What do you order on yours? Your cheese and maybe sausage and mushrooms here and there. That's about it. You're a plain Jane.
Primarily, cheese or sausage.
No anchovies for you, huh?
Fuck no anchovies.
Wow, fuck no even.
No anchovies. Oh, they're hairy fish.
Hairy fish.
No.
Yeah, how did that start? Who started? I've heard it's for the salt. I love salt. I'm a salty. I put salt on every fucking thing I eat. I will eat way too much salt. And I've heard that anchovies are a draw to pizza because of the salty factor. People who like salty things. Why don't you just put salt on your fucking pizza? Why would you put hairy fish on your pizza?
I don't know.
How did that become a thing?
I worked at a pizza place. As a matter of fact, my first boyfriend loved anchovies, and every now and again, I would bring home a pizza with anchovies on it. But it was always like, all right, I'm gonna bring this over, and then I'm going home.
I feel like you should have left them just for that. That should have been grounds in itself.
I think I've always been into dudes that have like a salt thing, maybe.
Yeah, right. I am a salt guy.
He definitely poured way too much salt on his stuff too.
I like it to look like it snowed on my food.
Definitely do.
Yeah. I would put salt on you if you let me.
You change your toppings depending on where we're going, though.
I do. Yeah, I'm flexible. I'm very flexible
like
with it.
Lido's with the bacon thing.
Right. Right.
For me, I'm pretty much sausage everywhere I go.
Yeah. You're going to try the sausage everywhere you go.
Yeah, pretty much sausage. I never want pepperoni. That's too greasy. It's not my thing.
I love pepperoni. I'm one to ask what the specialty is.
Some place uses good mushrooms and some place.
Well, remember, we made the mistake. We went to Costa Rica and ordered a pizza. And it took like the third time of ordering a pizza from this place where we basically got Americanized pizza. And I know, and this is a statement on us, not them. Trust me when I tell you. I'm sure it was amazing, but we're used to Americanized food, so it was weird and different.
Yeah.
And the first one had anchovies on it, remember? And we were like, whoa, we didn't even think to tell them. not to put anchovies on this thing. So we were trying to struggle it down because we didn't want to be the dumb asshole Americans that were returning our food. And what a mess. What a mess. But,
yeah, we don't do good in international
you brought up Domino's.
restaurants.
Yeah, we're not good at that. We're bad. We're hermit crab assholes that, strive and thrive within about 5 feet of where we're sitting right now.
Potato girl, and
there you go. I
struggle.
love you for it. You are a meat and potato girl.
So, but yeah, Domino's.
You brought up Domino's, and of
Yeah.
course I have to bring up Domino's some because
Yeah.
that has a soft spot for those who do not know. Me and Scully met each other and got together at a Domino's we both worked at 23 years ago, love.
God damn.
Good Lord on a biscuit.
That's insane to think, but
Good Lord on a pizza crust. But
I
yeah.
was working on the inside, making pizzas.
Oh,
and
you was
stuff,
working on the
and-
inside of me.
and
But but yeah, that was fun.
The delivery driver, I'd get off work and hang out with you, driving around delivering pizzas.
Yeah, that's right. I was
smoking a little weed.
going through a divorce, and I was hanging out with the younger chick that worked at Domino's, smoking lots of weed with her on the weekends after work and shit. And who knew? 23 years later, here we are.
I know, right?
Crazy.
Insane.
Crazy. So yeah, we are in many, many ways a pizza story, though. We are literally a pizza story.
For our anniversary last year, we got some pizza dough and made a homemade pizza.
Yeah, that's right. Pizza plays a central role in the story of us. Oh, there you go. How fun is that?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Pretty cool stuff. So you're still my favorite topping, love.
Oh, thank you.
All right, let's play some music. But yeah, we're continuing our pizza party tonight here on Metal-O-Mania. In fact, let's go ahead and play a couple of jams, and then let's bring in Pla from Crisix to talk more pizza, to talk more metal, to talk about how the world needs MOSH. And oh, Lord, don't we? Good Christ, don't we? But before that, let's play some Infex. Infex opens this up. We're going to play the song Acid Rain from the new release, Burning in Exile. Killing It Out of California. This is their third full-length release, and it is out now, so pick it up. Right behind that is the new Orbit Culture is coming out. The Shaman is the name of this release. This comes out Friday, in fact, so this Friday, pick it up.
Hell yeah.
Shaman is the release. Carvings is the song we're going to play. It's a brand new EP from Swedish Melodic Death Groovers. Check it out. And then, matter of fact, right behind that, let's bring in Crisix and talk some more pizza and talk some more metal.
All right, awesome.
Much love.
Much metal.
Think about it. All their parents dropped acid during the 60s.
Well, beat Sim's theory, she thinks it's nothing but sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Shit, that's what keeps people alive.
Okay. Let's go drop acid with the Beatles.
If you want to be my lover, you have got to get taking this too easy, and that's just how it is. So tell me what you want with the baby. I tell you what I
Like a piston making its way through the well-aged, prime-cut vagina that she has. Woo-wee, we're getting turned on, ain't we? I'm gonna put my finger in your ass.
No.
Just a finger, just one, not even the thumb. Relax. I'm not a sadist.
talk, Goblin. Keep talking and I'll chop your dad's dick off and beat you to death with it.
Whoa.
It's cool. I swallowed it.
Different. And now for something completely different.
All right, Metal-O-Maniacs, I'm super excited right now to be joined by my friends, my pals. Crisix is returning to the show, and it makes me super happy, man. What's up, brother? How are you, sir?
Hey, very cool, man. Beginning the tour, a tour finally. So fucking happy.
Oh, man, from your lips to the metal god's ears, brother. How nice is those words to say?
Yeah, it was about time.
Waited too long, brother. Waited too long. Well, for those metalheads out there who do not know, you guys came on the show in April a couple years ago. Matter of fact, it was right around the time that the Against the Odds came out, which I love. I'm a big fan of.
Yeah, thank you.
And we talked to Javi that day, man. And now you guys are back right at the right time in the world where shows are returning. You got the brand new EP and everything. So my first question to you, man, how's it feel to be back in the land of the living?
Oh, I tell you, it's just exactly it, man. It's like being dead for so much time. I mean, we were working like crazy, preparing everything, but now it's like, you know, muscles pumping and ready to get into the pit. And it's finally time, you know, releasing new music. It's so exciting. And we can't get enough. We are out to get all that we can get.
Fuck yeah, man. It almost feels like I'm breathing oxygen again for the first time now that shows are coming back, you know, like we've been in hibernation.
Absolutely, man. And it's, you know, one thing I always say when they ask me about this, this is not a world I want to live in. You know, this new world you were selling me, this is not the world I want. You know?
No, right.
So let's get back to the old one. Yeah.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, I need to live in a world where Crisix is on stage and I'm banging bodies in front of it, brother. That's the way to, you know.
That's it. All right. I'm right beside you, man.
So you're in Switzerland right now, right? I mean, it's back to the grind, right?
Yeah, just getting there. Still in France for a bit. We started today very early in the morning from Catalonia, and it's like 15-hour drive. And now we're getting there, and tomorrow we begin. We'll get some rest, and tomorrow finally. I mean, we did a couple of festivals in Spain, but now finally, like the real deal, living on the road. You know what I signed up for. I told you.
Hey, the dream, right? The dream.
That dream. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Well, that's good timing. Then we're catching you right on the beginning of this stretch of return, man. That's a good thing. Hey, you know, you're all full of energy and smiles now. In about 3 months, let's hit you up and see. You'll be bruised and bleeding, and you'll be loving it.
Totally, man. You know, we played the other day with this festival, and Creator was playing. And, you know, after our show, and we are backstage, and I'm like, fuck, man, I'm going out. And I went directly into the pit. They were playing Violent Revolution for opener. I was like, fuck, man, I can't stay here. I just want to go out. And I went directly into the pit, and it felt like being reborn. Absolutely. You know? Just feeling that knee in your head, you know?
I'm dreaming of that, man. You know, we make little mini pits here in the studio, man, and like we bang.
Right.
You know, we'll turn Leech Breeder up to about 1,000 and beat the shit out of each other. So.
Fuck yeah, man. Cool.
Fuck yeah, man. That's awesome. And dude, I got to tell you, man, on a personal note, I'm such a huge fan of you guys, man. I'm such a huge fan of this band and what you guys are doing. Fucking, you know, it's like that 1 foot in yesterday's thrash and 2 feet in today's thrash, and how you're managing to walk around with 3 fucking feet is a beautiful thing, sir. And you got the brand new EP, right? Did you guys say, man, we're about to go on the road, we need something brand new? That comes out tomorrow.
So now, you know, we began with this 80 plus ideas. We had so much stuff. we went into all these sessions and we ended up with so many cool songs. We decided, yeah, let's put something out before the new album. And then with an EP, which is shorter, you really can do this weird, different stuff. So we went for cooking, we went for pizzas. We got some personal history with our guitarist, who was a delivery guy in the early days. And so many cool anecdotes, so many cool stories that we wanted to put there. And yeah, this is what we're doing now, this EP. And so we also have something new to get to the fans for this month, you know?
Oh, well, and if you don't mind my saying, man, my anthem right now is World Needs Mosh. That is our anthem right now. That is literally our life soundtrack shit right now, brother.
Oh, I love it, man. That's the idea, you know, that we found out this truth, you know, with all this bullshit and confinement and everything. And what are we missing, you know? So many hours the rehearsal. And there's something here, you know, playing is cool. But then there's got to be something else. So you feel it too, right, brother?
Oh, I feel it. I need it, brother. I need it, man.
Yeah.
The world needs Mosh. The world needs Mosh, and the world needs Crisix, brother. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah. I love that.
Well, hey, you know, back in the day, I met my wife. We both worked at a pizza place. So this is part of our heart here, brother. You know what I mean?
All right. I mean, pizza is just something that who doesn't love pizza?
Right.
Know?
Hey.
Who doesn't? I mean, it's just the perfect snack, the perfect food. So many flavors. I think it's a bit like Crisix, you know, in the end. Like, yeah, we got the old school. We got all these crazy ideas, like all these toppings in our music. And I think this is kind of the idea here, you know?
Right. Let's have some fun and let's mosh, brother. Hey, you know, my father used to have a saying all the time that he used to say, pizza's like pussy. Even bad pizza's good pizza. You know what I mean? Like,
is that right? All right. This is for kids. I'm going to keep this one.
Take that one with you. That's from Pop. Take that one with you. I got to do bong hits with you one day. That's what's got to happen, Dan.
I would love that, man. You know that we should be in States, but fucking Corona, of course. But we had plans to be in States around this time. We were there for Full Terror Assault. I love that shit. We were there in Full Terror Assault, and that's an amazing place and amazing people. We had the best time, and we did do a run in 2019 to the East Coast. But we should be there, and we will be there as soon as we can. I tell you, brother.
Oh, next time you're on the East Coast of the States, I'll be front and center, brother. I promise.
And then we will do the hits.
I promise. I'm gonna hold you to it, sir.
All right. Yeah, you can count on me, brother.
Oh man, dude, I'm so excited for you guys, dude. I'm so jealous and excited, and I'm so happy the world is opening back up, man. The fact that you're literally about to embark on this leg of this tour right now is just amazing, man. It's literally like bringing oxygen back into my cells and shit, you know? How's that feel? That's gotta feel amazing.
Wow, but it really is like floating. It's like a dream. You know, I really need to get there and be up on the stage, because in the end it's like this, and I know it's gonna happen. Everything is cool. It will be amazing. But I don't know, I don't know if I will cry, man, out of happiness, you know, but because it's all this tension built through these 2 years. I think I will break my neck tomorrow. I tell you. Absolutely.
Well, dude, not only was it a pause button on life, but it came so unexpectedly, you know? It's one thing if you know, like, hey, I got an injury to deal with or something, so I'm going to be out for a minute. But this shit kind of dropped out of the heavens, like, fuck you, get in your house and stay there. You know, fuck.
Yeah. Stay in. And I'm like, I don't know how to stay in, man. I never, stay in.
Yeah.
It took a lot of time to really like, oof, yeah.
Oh,
now I got to enjoy the house, you know?
Fuck, that's crazy. Yeah, I'm a social guy, man. I need to get out there and talk to the world, brother. Man. And which is what you're about to do now, dude. So you're on the road pretty much all day today and tomorrow, but then when's the actual first show of this start? How close are you to that?
First show is tomorrow. We will get there. I think the city is called Winterthur here in Switzerland. And we will get there tonight. We'll get some rest. Then I think I will play a bit because they, you know, these guys are like this. They threw in a last-minute old-school Crisix song from the first record, and I didn't check this one for. I mean, I know it by heart because I listened to it since it came out, but I never played it with them. You know, so I will have some homework to do. Learn the fucking song, and tomorrow we thrash, man. Tomorrow we will thrash the place.
Oh, goddamn right, brother. Those are heavenly words to my ears, brother. They really are.
All right, amen.
And I'm an old school thrash freak too, man. I'm an old guy, so you know, like they tell me around here. I used to mosh on horseback around here, brother. So you know what I mean. So. So tell me, who were some of the bands you were loving when you were coming up, man? Who were the bands that made you say, I am going to hit the stage and this is what I'm doing with my fucking life?
Yeah. I came in through old school heavy metal, like what we all get in through, you know, like Judas Priest, a lot of Judas Priest. I mean, I come from a home where my father is a crazy prog guy, like 70s crazy prog guy. So I which I love. But then I had to take it even farther, you know. So I took it that way, and then it came everything like Megadeth, Slayer. Testament is one of my absolute favorites. Like, I'm a crazy Alex Skolnick fan. I learned so much from that guy in all levels. And then, you know, I remember listening to a lot of cool shit like Demolition Hammer, like Evil Dead, like Violence, all this. We did do it's called American Thrash Sessions that we released past year, and we made sure to put all these bands that we love, that we wanted, also the new kids that are coming now into the scene, and you know, we went to like, yeah, no, I don't know, you know, fucking Master of Puppets, man, but now check this shit out, all right? So we put in some of these jewels that we know, and you know, the cool thing is a lot of new kids came by or in the shows or in comments, and they are like, hey, fuck, this is new for me. And I think we really did this cool thing, like, hey, check this out, you know. Anthrax, I got to say Anthrax because, you know, this is the fun thrash, which is what we do here to, you know, just make people happy, I think this is the thing that I like the most about thrash. It's the fucking energy, the fucking attitude, you know, and this Crisix has really this embodiment of fun and fuck everything, you know, just be happy with your friends, thrash the place, and don't give a fuck. And this is what I love about this band, absolutely.
Oh man, you guys encapsulate that, man. Sweaty, bloody fun. How's that sound, right?
That's right, bro.
Well, man, and I'm glad you brought up the Sessions record, man, because it really is if I were to pick songs that are some of the songs from my day that I love the most, you guys covered them. I mean, you got Anthrax, you got Exodus, you got Forbidden. Chalice of Blood is one of my favorite songs ever.
Woo! I had so much fun playing that. I had so much fun recording that. That's a very difficult song. That's a very, very cool song, man. I love it. Woo!
Oh, Forbidden is so great, man. So great, dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love the Infectious Hospital Waste cover too, man. That's fucking amazing, dude.
We did Twisted a lot, you know, because we were checking it out and it was fuck, man, there's a lot of riffs in there. I don't know if I can remember this, you know, and we twisted it a bit. One thing I like about this record, you know, it's we weren't afraid of really trying to make it look like a Crisix song. And out of the utmost respect, of course, for these bands that we love, but then we didn't want to do this typical, I will cover this and play it note by note, but really try to, hey, we got all of this from you, now we will, you know, play this kind of offering and really try to make this Crisix way, because they gave it to us, so we wanted to kind of do this like that.
Oh, man. Well, and dude, if you don't mind my saying, you guys are now giving it to a whole nother generation, man, and it's an important role that you're playing, man.
That's the mission. That's the thing, man.
I said recently on the show, we all talk all the time about the old Big Four, you know, and everybody loves the Big Four. They'll always mean a great deal to me. I love the Big Four. But if you were to make a 2021 version of the Big Four, right here today, man, Crisix boy, right there for me, man. I got you guys.
Woo!
Give me Crisix, give me Crisix, give me Warbringer, give me maybe Havoc, give me Havoc, and maybe Harlot or something like that. But yeah, man.
Hey, that's a lot of cool bands. You know what? What I love is thrash is fucking alive. Thrash is fucking alive, and we're kicking. We are kicking. I tell you, I'm so proud of what we're doing. I love all these bands, and I think it's just the audience needs us. We gotta come back from this bullshit Corona and just kick its ass. And the mosh pit, the mosh will bring the love, the energy. And this is about, you know, the song "World Needs Mosh." This is what it's about, man.
Oh,
we really need this shit back, and we need all these bands together, all this new generation. We gotta fucking do it for the fans, you know. We are this great community, and it's time to take the world back.
It is time to take the world back, brother. You got that right. Hey, we hit this speed bump in the way called COVID, but we were about to take over the world, and now we're back on track, my friend.
That's right. That's right.
And Crisix is front and center for that, man. I'm telling you, dude. I couldn't be a bigger fan of you guys, and I couldn't be a bigger fan of you, brother, for real.
Really appreciate it, Chris.
I appreciate the fuck out of your time, too, coming to hang out with us, man. If I may say so, World Needs Mosh is the anthem for 2021. It's the title track of this fucking year. And I say, let's beat the shit out of everybody out there with that song.
Absolutely.
Right now. Well, let's beat everybody in the face with some World Needs Mosh right now. What do you think of that?
Hit it, man.
Awesome. Well, brother, again, I'm going to tell you, I appreciate the fuck out of your time. And hey, this is your second, guys. We talked to Javi last time. I'm going to keep you guys coming on the show as many times as I can, brother.
All right. Hey, we will always come, man. It's a big pleasure. And you're so fun, man. I hope I was there and hit the bong with you, man. That's all I want.
Hey, I'm going to hold you to that, brother. We will do that in person, I promise.
Please. Absolutely, man.
Tell the rest of the gang we said hey, and, man, tomorrow, get on that stage and kick that ass, brother.
Yeah, I will get one ass for you at least. Don't worry.
Awesome, brother.
Okay, let's talk soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my friend.
All
You
right.
have a good day. Stay safe out there.
Say, man, see you. Hey, it's Vlad from Crisix here with the Crypt, and you listen to Metal-O-Mania, motherfucker. Yeah. Mosh.
on TikTok, the movers on Facebook, they need MOSH. United by the call, the world needs MOSH. The world needs MOSH. What the world needs now is MOSH.
I was going to rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lynx is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody as ruthless. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat his children.
We're gonna put a cleft in your chin to draw attention away from this gaping head wound. The eye will be drawn downward.
1,000 years you have waited for my return, and behold, you have failed. And with your last breath, you shall bear witness to the end of days.
This woman has come with a problem. One of her hands is shorter than the other. Look at that! This is incredible! Her left hand is growing.
Fuck! Through the lips, over the gums.
Look at stomach, here it comes.
This is why you play the game. You're playing games to find out who are the contenders and who are the pretenders.
Well, you know how good Overthrow and Six String Slaughter are. They're apparently such badass songs. My brother Mike came by to jam it out with me, man. What's up, sir?
What's up, people? How y'all doing?
Very good to see you.
Yeah, that's the first time I ever heard that band. They're great, man.
Dude, man, I'll tell you what, we craft our playlist with the devil's ingredients around here, man. You know what I mean? So, hey, and there you go. For those hanging out, my brother Mike here, we'll play some of your music too. But I tell you what, everybody should already know who you are because you're Metal-O-Mania family at this point. We go back literally to the beginning of this thing almost. But
yeah.
In case they don't, introduce yourself to everybody, my friend.
I am Mike Bossier. I'm in Snipers of Babel and also in a band called Gaffled. And I run Oblivion Studios and record a lot of the local bands that have been on the show.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
Love supporting local music and unsigned acts, and that's where it's at.
Well, and again, and your Metal-O-Mania family. We go back. I noticed you're wearing the Metal-O-Mania fucking Thrashgasm shirt, by the way, sir. I love you for that. Thank you for that, man. Look, I got my sniper's hat on, baby. You know, my favorite hat I got.
See you representing. I like that, man. That's awesome. Hell yeah.
Dude, I make a point. I don't leave this house without decking myself in some kind of metal gear for people. You know, well, shit, the truck is a moving bulletin board. So
that truck is nuts, man. If I saw that, I'd probably get in an accident because I'd be looking at every sticker. You know what I mean?
Oh, fuck. Stay safe, but look at the truck, people. Yeah. Hey, I got snipers on there, man. I got snipers on there.
Yep, I saw that. Yep.
And we have a Snipers of Babel song coming up later in the show for everybody. That's a little teaser, but
yeah, yep. We have so much music where, you know, I know we just released one a couple weeks ago, but get used to it because, you know, now that we're on a roll with getting back in the swing of things, you know, it's getting done and it's going to be coming out. So,
man, well,
yeah,
the result of our hibernation, if you will, you know, will be lots of art. Well, let's start there, if you don't mind. Let's go back and talk about the song we played a couple of weeks ago because Layla is amazing as always, man. I love Layla's voice, man. I love Layla. I love Snacks. She's also family. I wish she could make it with us today.
A wonderful person, man. Really is. Got a heart of gold. Her and her husband Rick are just awesome people. And she laid this down back in December, and because of a bunch of issues that arose, she wanted to do a couple harmonies and to not release it yet. So this is something we wanted to release, you know, coming up almost a year ago, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, it was amazing to hear that song evolve into what it is. And my favorite performance by her by far, you know what I mean? Just, yeah, she really brought it. Just every time I hear it, I get the chills, you know?
Fuck yeah, man. Me too.
Yeah.
And I've re-listened to that a million times. And for a little background too, man, you know, you guys incorporate a lot of different people in and out of this project, right?
Yeah. We had Frank Rini from, he used to sing for Internal Bleeding. He came in the studio. He's an old friend of mine. He lives locally. And, you know, I had a part in there that I thought would sound great. And it did, man. It was like, it bowled me over when I heard it. You know, I was like, fuck, this is awesome. You know, it turned out way better than I thought it would, you know? So we were talking, you know, and then we're going to get him on a couple more songs, you know, as a guest vocalist.
Fuck
and we've had Rich Johnson come in from Enemy Soil. He's in Agoraphobic Nosebleed. He does parts in Pig Destroyer and stuff like that. Old friend of mine. We go way back, man, like late 80s, early 90s. And he came in and did some stuff on another track that we haven't released yet. So yeah, it's just like, I get these ideas in my head and I'm like, that would be great for him or that'd be good for her. You know what I mean? So it's like doing the studio and in that kind of business, you meet so many people and network that I'm, you know, lucky to be able to like grab from that pool of people. You know what I mean?
Fuck yeah.
It's really cool. Yeah.
Well, you know, you're a master wizard chef in that's your metal kitchen, if you will. So
oh man, I don't know. Dude, I don't know what I would be doing if I didn't do what I'm doing. I would be in a lot of trouble, you know, because I stole cars for 7 years, but I repossessed them. I did it legally. Okay.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
there were some times when maybe it wasn't as legal, depending on how you look at it. But
right
that adrenaline rush, dude, I've always, looked for that. And if I didn't have what I'm doing here, I'd be out there doing that adrenaline rush, man.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So it's definitely saved me.
And me.
Through a lot of hard times, man.
And me. I'm glad you're doing that because you're helping me with my adrenaline rush as well. See that?
There you go.
By proxy, you making metal, you're saving a bunch of us fuckheads too. See?
Yeah. I mean, that's what it's all about, man. I think we were talking earlier before the show started, just the effect the music can have on somebody and how it can get them through the worst times. You know what I mean? And, having people tell us, that the music affected them in this way or that way is just like, man, it's worth more than $1 million, man. That's where it's at.
Fuck yeah.
We did a show years ago in Spine, a band I was in, and the show had been canceled, but we weren't told. We showed up anyway, and a couple people kind of showed up, and the owner was like, "Oh, the show's been canceled," blah blah blah. And the owner felt bad, and we were like, "Shit, you mind if we just set up and practice?"
Yeah, right. That's a nice open room.
Yeah, and he was cool with it, So we set up, and a kid came in who thought the show was still going on. One person, and he stayed, and we played, and it turned into a show for him. And midway through the show, he started bawling. Like it affected him in a way, and I'll never forget that. It was one of my favorite shows in front of one person. You know what I mean? Because he got it. You know what I mean? It was really cool. It was a great moment in time.
Oh, dude, I got goosebumps right now, dude. That's a baller metal story, dude.
Yeah, man. Yep.
That connection's what it's about, man. I mean, dude, it can't be understated. And maybe I'm opening the window a little bit. Both of you guys, me and you have been around for a minute. We're not young kittens anymore, I guess is the easiest way to put it.
Yeah.
But dude, without any doubt, I made it through the toughest years of my life heavily on the music I was listening to, man. It's hugely a part of how I got through, man. I can't overstate that.
Yeah, it is, man. And it's amazing when you can go back and listen to a song that you haven't heard in years, and it'll bring those feelings you had at that time right back to you, and you'll relive that, whether it's good or bad, unfortunately. But yeah, man, there's no other power like that, and I feel so sorry for people who don't get that. You know what I mean?
Me too, brother. Me too.
Yep.
This ride is brief. The marble spins so fucking fast on you, man, that without the soundtrack, without the man, what the fuck? I struggle to find its meaning with that shit. How do you do it without it? Fuck.
Yeah, I know. Like some of my favorite movies are because of the soundtrack. Who did the soundtrack and that kind of thing. Yeah, it wouldn't have that impact if you didn't have the audio to go with what you're looking at.
So very true, brother.
Really good visually, but like, what did they do this on a Casio keyboard? You know what I mean? It's just like, yeah, so it definitely means a lot, man.
So fucking true, brother. Good Lord, so fucking true, man. That's good shit. That is good shit. So, well, back to some of the music making, if you will. We played that song a couple of weeks ago. You got a whole bunch in the tank right now, right? Like, I mean, a whole bunch in the tank.
A lot. It's ridiculous. We're just going to put them out as singles every month or so, which I know we said this 9 months ago, but because of a lot of issues that arose, that kind of got on the back burner. But, instead of putting out a full length right now, waiting to get it done, we just want to get music out there and keep it fresh, and share it with the world,
Yeah, fuck yeah, man.
Yeah.
And the world needs it. Holy shit, what a crazy couple of years it's been. Well, and that's on a global level. I know I'm not going to get into the trials and tribulations. I know you've had a rough couple of years too, man. And
yeah.
And on a personal level, I love you, brother. I appreciate that you're here hanging out with me, big.
Brother, feelings mutual, man.
Fucking big time, man. So with all the craziness going on in the world, man, is there going to be shows? What are we looking at? It seems like we were starting to hear there's going to be shows, and now they're starting to not be shows. Like, what do you think, man? Do you got any guesses on what we're looking at coming up?
I'm looking at like really nothing till next year, like as far as we're us doing shows personally, it's probably, we got to get back in the swing of, getting in the same room together again, because, the COVID just fucked everything up, man. But as far as like the industry itself, it's you know, because every week it's something different going on. You know, you hear different things, you hear about new festivals, and then you're thinking, man, I hope they don't shut that down, or, you know, so hopefully, you know, I mean, hopefully it keeps going, but at the same time, you know, it's like, hopefully we can get through this fucking COVID shit, man. I mean, because COVID in one way or another has affected everybody in the world, you know, whether they know it or not by getting sick, but just what COVID how it has affected, you know, things around it. You know, it's fucked up everybody's life, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
And we just got to get through this, man. And it sucks when you hear, you know, there's like this Delta variant or whatever, you know, and then it's, you know, the existing COVID shot's only gonna be good for 4 months, or, you know, just stuff like that. It's just like, man, you know, got to get it together, you know.
I know, what the fuck? We're supposed to be smarter than this, goddammit.
Yeah, I know. It's hard to believe this is happening, you know. It really is, you know. It's like 2021, you know.
I know, man. It's fucking insane, right? You
Yeah.
know? Well, where does the money go, brother? We just throw all the money away. Nothing gets produced anymore. We just steal it all, you know.
Yeah, basically.
Anything like this is viewed these days as a way for a grift, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of people have gotten rich. How much production we've done is a whole different thing. So
yeah, right. I know. God.
There's some metal songs in there, I'm sure. There's some.
Yeah, definitely.
Corporate greed. Who knew? You know, brand new topic.
Yeah. What?
Who'd have thunk it? But
yeah.
That is fucked up, man. I know you spend most of your time basically in the studio these days, right? Is that what you bend your time doing?
Yeah. The last 2 years have been. Yeah, we'll probably talk about that on another show, but fuck, man. But like you said, you know, music is, you know, there was a time when I couldn't play music for a little while, you know, and it was real dark period of my life. But, you know, I listened to it all the time, and then when I was able again to, you know, get back involved with it, it was just like the best therapy, you know, treatment that I've ever had, you know what I mean? Okay. And I started this new project called Gaffled with Jeremy, one of the singers and snipers of Babel. And because I was just writing so much that it was like, I was writing stuff that wouldn't really fit snipers. It was more like Spine was. I didn't want to waste all this awesome riffage on nothing, right? So
yeah, brother, get it out there.
Yeah, so me and Jeremy formed Gaffled, and you know, everything fell in place, you know, from there. You know, we were talking before how what inspires people to write, you know, in the art, music field, that kind of thing. And unfortunately, it is a lot of sorrow and sadness, you know, is a big inspiration in writing. I know it is with me more so than anything. Unfortunately, you know, it sucks that it is that, but because of the times lately, I just tapped right into it, and I just, you know, picked up my guitar and just wrote, you know. So yeah, I've got so much stuff. It's kind of ridiculous in a way, you know. It's like, I don't know, you know, because it's like we still have all these other songs we got to get out there, you know what I mean? So we're just trying to get them out, you know.
From dark and desolate places comes great metal, my friend. And
yeah, it does, man.
All things being equal, I'd prefer that you be happier and with less metal songs coming out of you and healthy, you know what I mean? Hey, you know, I'd take that over the other. But being that it is what it is, man, fuck yeah, I'm excited about the metal, though.
Yeah, we are too, man. You know, and we the band has been going through a little bit of a metamorphosis, I guess you could say, or evolution, or you know, I don't know what word you want to use, but you know, of course, you know, Tommy's not in the band anymore. There was a period of time when Jeremy wasn't in the band, and then we got Danny Boyko, Debo on vocals. Brutal shit, man. And then we got Jeremy back, and just the contrast between their styles is amazing, man. I got one of the best screamers, and I got one of the best death metal vocalists I feel, you know, in the area in my band. You know, it's just fucking awesome. Plus I'm getting guest vocal spots from other guys who are like so fucking brutal on more of a national level, you know. So, you know, it's been awesome, you know. Unfortunately, with what's going on in Layla's life, she's going to have to take more of a back seat to things, and which is understandable. I mean, it's everyone has their thing, you know, has things in life that they need to do, and things you know, prioritize. You know, you have to, and so everything is good with her, but she may not be able to do as many shows and that kind of thing. And of course, we wouldn't be able to do like Redemption or Your God's War live, because that's amazing stuff that she did. You know what I mean? So, you know, it would be
an adjustment.
You know, yeah, adjustment. We got plenty of songs to pick from, you know, so that's kind of where things are going. We still, you know, have her come in and do vocal spots and that kind of thing, you know, just more kind of like atmospheric and layered stuff, you know, in the background and that kind of thing. But, you know, life goes on, man. You know, it's just like, you just got to roll with it, you know, and there's no ill will towards anybody. Everyone loves everybody. You know, there's nothing like that going on. So I know people, you know, unfortunately, you know, and a lot of people love drama and they want, oh, what are the details? You know, it's nothing like that. You know, it's just, you know, way things now. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Life is its own details, my friend. You know what I mean? That's it. I find that answer comes in handy pretty often, even, man. Whenever people are like, what the fuck is up with this, life, man, what the fuck? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll assume you're doing your best. You assume I'm doing my best, and let's go with it, man. What the fuck?
That's it. That's all you can do, you know?
Yeah, it is crazy, man. My father used to have a saying that he'd always point to the clock in the room and be like, see that motherfucker? It is actively stealing everything from you right now, man.
Right. Yeah.
Your job is to fight that shit. So,
yeah,
you know, all the details in between, you know, people got to live their life, man. There's no ill will.
Yeah. That's cool, man.
And you get good people coming in and out of that studio. That just, you know,
yeah.
Layla will forever be a member of Snipers of Babel, regardless of the, you know, amount.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
always be a part of the family, man. Definitely. There's no doubt about that. And the people coming in the studio, you know, there's so much talent in this area, Baltimore, Washington, Virginia area, you know, and where I'm located, I'm lucky because you go a half hour in any direction, you know, you can be almost in Baltimore, in DC, in Virginia, you know what I mean? So it's, I've got a lot of good,
you're very centralized.
Yeah. You know, and so I'm getting people from all over coming up and that kind of thing. So the studio's picked up really well. In fact, it's like for a while I was getting really backed up, you know, for a minute. Things have kind of slacked up a little bit and got done with a lot of projects and stuff like that were almost done, but you know, because of a bunch of issues over the winter, you know, we couldn't wrap it up. So we got it all done this spring and summer, which is awesome because
a
lot of good music coming out there. We just got done doing a Hell Pie and a Deceased thrash album, a cover album. 12 thrash songs, and these aren't like the thrash songs like you're thinking Bay Area thrash. These are like more like, I don't know, like Destruction, that kind of side of it, you know, creator-ish kind of, you know,
the Teutonic bands. Yeah,
you know, more like I guess the German and European bands and that kind of thing, you know, which is awesome because a lot of people haven't heard that stuff, you know what I mean?
Right.
So
right. Especially bringing it to a new generation, man. Yeah, I try to do that with my old school jam every single week, you know?
That's what it's all about, man, is discovering, like, a lot of the kids, you know, listening to music now, you know, the deathcore and the djent music or whatever, if they go back and they listen to certain bands, it's like, that stuff's been around for a while, you know what I mean?
Yeah, brother, right.
Yeah, and they can kind of find the source of it, you know, and it's even more exciting when you hear, like, where people, you know, where they got inspired by, you know what I mean? Yeah.
We all suffer from 5 minutes ago disease, man. You know what I mean? We all suffer from everything just was invented 5 minutes ago, no matter what it was. I just discovered it, so it must be brand new. But yeah, a lot of that shit predates, especially like, again, we're older cats. We remember the inception of some of this shit, you know?
Yeah.
You know, and honestly, that's why we do an old school jam every week. Every single week on our show, we do an old school jam because I try very hard to. The show is very much about the new shit. This show exists to tell people that there's brand new metal being made that's amazing. Yeah. Every single week we throw in an old school jam because I want people to be able to remember that. Matter of fact, you know what? How about we do that? It's time for the metal sandwich. Let's play the metal sandwich for tonight, which has our old school jam in it. Speaking of the old school jam, and you'll keep hanging out with me, right? We still got a sniper song later in the show, so let's play everybody in the sandwich. We'll come back. We'll bullshit a little bit more. How about that?
Sounds good.
Fuck yeah, brother. Well, kick ass. I got a sandwich set up for everybody. Matter of fact, we're going to open this up with the breathing process. The song is called Shadow Self. You're going to love this video, and that's going to go into our old school jam of the week, which is Possessed, baby. Our old school jam this week is Possessed.
Hell yeah. Right on. Eat that sandwich.
Yeah. You put a bib on. I tell everybody, put a bib on, baby. It's time for the sandwich.
Yeah, man.
And then we're going to follow that up with some Terror Sound, Genocide of the Ignorant from Terror Sound. Fuck yeah.
Nice.
And I know you're a big Possessed guy, right? Tell me how much you love Possessed real quick before the sandwich.
Fuck, man, I got it on vinyl. Was Eyes of Horror?
Oh man, Eyes of Horror, yeah. The Eyes of Horror is the song we're going to play tonight too. Yeah.
And this dude brought the album into school, okay? And I'm like, what is this? I thought it was like this, like, because back then, you know, like Exorcist and The Omen, and then you see an album that says Possessed, you know, it's like, fuck, I got to hear these dudes, you know what I mean? And
yeah.
I was blown away, man. I was like, and I found out they were like 16 at the time, you know?
Yeah, they were still kids.
Yeah. And Debbie Abono was, that was her first band she managed. And her daughter was dating one of the guys in Possessed, and she kind of took it on as like a mom thing, you know what I mean? I'll take care of these kids, but that's where it started for her, man. And then she just blew up, you know?
Blew up, right on.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Awesome. That's amazing. Yeah, dude, good shit. What do you think of the argument? I have had this conversation or argument, even if you will, with people that I still say Seven Churches. I agree, Possessed is mostly a thrash band, but Seven Churches, in my opinion, is the first ever death metal album that there ever was.
I agree, because when I heard that album, it was different. I was like, wow, this is, because I had just heard like around that time Hell Awaits and Haunting the Chapel.
Yeah.
And I was like, they were going more in that darker territory, you know, where Slayer was bringing that thrash into more of a darker kind of edge to it, you know? And like you said, death metal, I was like, wow, this is, you know, because at the time, you know, there were like, death metal was like really young at that time. You know what I mean?
Oh, brand new. Yeah.
Yeah. Just starting to get popular, you know? I think Napalm Death was like, a lot of bands were, like, I know when I was working with a producer back in the day, he was like, he brought Napalm Death and he's like, this is the next big thing. And I was like, wow, this is pretty awesome. You know what I mean? And sure enough, man, it blew up.
Blew up. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that death metal thing took off. Now, granted, Possessed and did steer more thrashy, or you know, from that era. But you know, hey, no lesser voice than Chuck Schuldiner at one point chimed in, saying that Seven Churches was the first death metal album. So
okay, cool.
Pretty good guy to agree with, you know.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with Chuck on stuff like that, you know.
Fuck yeah. Rest in peace, brother. Miss you forever.
Yeah, he was a good guy, man. He was a sweetheart.
Fucking yeah. Oh, you know what? Let's revisit that. Let's play the sandwich and come back and talk a little Chuck, shall we?
Sounds good. Yeah.
All
right.
Here you go, everybody. Put on your bib and enjoy the metal sandwich.
For all it brightens, love casts long shadows.
Hello, this is your local news.
So I'm fucking this pizza, right? I love that joke because I can look out in the audience and see every dude in the crowd going, I wonder what kind of pizza it was. Bet it was a pepperoni pizza. That's what I'd fuck. I'd fuck pepperoni. Maybe I'm just old school, man. I like classic cars, vinyl records. Fuck pepperoni pizzas. These kids today, they'll fuck anything. Pineapple pizza. They're putting their dicks in Hot Pockets. Not me, man. Pepperoni, every time. Maybe stuffed crust, but only if I'm drunk. One of the dumbest jokes I've ever written in my life.
One night you're gonna close your eyes, and when they open, I'll be there. It'll be time to die.
If you can't keep quiet, I'm gonna have to ask the bailiff here to gouge out your eyes and skull fuck the whole.
Right, of course.
But now with online pizza, they want you to share all your information so they can build a relationship with you. And start sending you text messages. Hey, just so you know, I'm going into the oven. What? I don't care. Why are you telling me this? We're not. Hey, I'm folding the box. Good for you. You're doing your thing. I'm doing my thing. I'll see you when you get here. Hey, should we tell all your friends on Facebook you're having pizza? What? No, I don't want anyone to know about us. This is This is just between you and me, all right, Pizza? Let's keep this a secret. And you wake up that next morning and you get that look down, you see all those curled up pizza crusts on the floor and marinara sauce all over your sweatpants. You think to yourself, what have I done? Roll over and you see that text message. How about a large pepperoni? What? You're still here? I thought you left. I didn't know we were still. How many stars would you give the pizza? Look, we had some good times. I'm not gonna lie to you, Pizza, but you gotta get out of here, seriously. I got a Thai chicken salad coming over. I can't have you. Gotta get the, take the back door.
Hey, you're a real Blue Flame special, aren't you, son? Young, dumb, and full of cum. I know. I guess we just must have ourselves an asshole shortage, huh?
The night is dark and full of terrors, old man. But the fire burns them all away.
Don't be full. Don't be full, because there's still more to eat after that, you know.
Ooh, man, I'm full now, man. Good. That was good. That's all I needed.
That is a lot to eat, brother. That's a lot to eat. But save room for dessert. We still have the Starvers of Babel coming up, baby. So save room for dessert.
There you go.
Fuck yeah, man. But yeah, that was some good jammage. Good jammage, brother. We do good jammage around here.
Hell yeah.
I like to say I'm a parasite, man. I create nothing, but I share with you other people's genius. So there you go. And let's leave.
You're just as important as anybody else, though, man. You know what I mean?
Continue your thought.
Back to remember Wolfman Jack.
I love Wolfman Jack, dude.
Yeah. I watched American Graffiti the other night, man. I was like, yes, that he rocks, man.
Funnily enough, on one of our social media things, it might be our Facebook page. One of the quotes on there is, "I want to be your Wolfman Jack of metal."
There you go. That's it.
Sir.
Perfect. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, I should change my voice and get a little scratchier.
Right.
That's a little bit of that old death metal there for you. Yeah. Fuck yeah, man. And we threw some Possessed in there for you. So, but we were talking a little bit about Chuck before that sandwich, man. And I honestly had forgotten, but yeah, you got to play with Chuck, man. You got to tell me more. Give me more.
Yeah, the band Spine, I was in, played with them a couple times, and nicest guy in the world, man. You know, it just Southern boy, you know what I mean? Just Southern accent, talks really soft, and then he's got the most brutal death metal voice. You know, it's just, the contrast is funny when you talk to him. You know, you can't believe it. You know,
right, like this is that guy. What the fuck? Right.
Yeah.
That's
and Gene
funny.
Hoban was playing drums. This was probably in like '96, and we were at a club called Nick's in Alexandria, Virginia, and just seeing Gene Hoban in just this little club with Death, it's just like, this isn't happening, man. You know what I mean? It was so fucking crazy.
Amazing. Yeah. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, our manager at the time, Laura Porter, she was good friends with Gene, and when we went down to LA to meet with Laura, she took us out, and you know, we went to an XL show, Creator show, I think it was, and of course the infamous Napalm Death show, Nocturnus played with Godflesh. Oh man, it was just fucking killer, man. That's when I saw LA's death metal scene was sick at that time, man. I mean, I witnessed fire. Dude get stabbed to death. It got so crazy, you know. But anyway, Laura was working with these bands, and we're just introduced to all these people, you know. And me and Gene hit it off, and you know, exchanged phone numbers, and we talked for here and there over the years, and then over more recent times, that guy's just so fucking busy. He's a fucking rock star. You know what I mean? But the cool thing is, a lot of people don't know, you know, he wrote a lot of those Dark Angel riffs because he's a guitar player too. He's a great guitarist, you know.
Right. Fuck yeah.
So we would always like talk about guitar shit and stuff like that, you know. But yeah, but yeah, back to Chuck, man. It was surreal, you know, really surreal times, just opening up for somebody who you kind of just listened to when you got into metal and death metal and stuff like that, you know. It was just really neat.
A real pioneer. I mean, let's be honest, a real actual pioneer in our thing, man. I mean, we hold him in such high regard for a reason, you know.
No, man.
I know the debate rages, would he still be doing death metal? I tend to believe he wouldn't be. I think he'd be very proggish these days if he was still.
I think, I was just gonna say that, because wasn't he also in like a prog band or something like that before Death?
Yeah. Well, he was, I can't believe the name is escaping me right now. He had the prog band he was basically evolving into. He really didn't want to do the death stuff anymore, to be honest. Like, his record label was only willing to do the new album if he was willing to continue the death thing, because they had such a following. You know, he didn't want to be a vocalist anymore. You know, we were lucky enough to have Steve DiGiorgio from Testament, who at one point was in death, come on and tell us a lot of these stories and a lot of that stuff, which was, you know, a highlight for me.
Amazing musician, man. God damn.
Steve?
Yeah.
Good Lord. And could he be in more projects? I'm trying to get him to come back on, and hopefully he will. But dude, I get the press releases because we do the show. I get my emails is about 3,000 press releases every day for different things that are being released. But I swear to you, 35 of them a day are like Steve DiGiorgio's guest appearance in this, and Steve DiGiorgio. Like, what the fuck doesn't this guy do, man? That's a busy cat, bro.
Good for him, man. That's sick, man. Anybody get him on their project, that's going to be a fucking awesome project, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I hold him in the same regard that I do like a Stu Ham, honestly. I do.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
He's every bit as talented, you know, and he's ours. He's ours. He's our metal guy. So that's
right. Yeah. And when you heard him like on those death songs, it's like it was like his signature, you know what I mean?
Right. It's creative in a way that is different. It just is.
Right. You know? Yeah. And it was new at the time too. You know what I mean? you know, so it was like, wow, this is really cool. And I think a lot of it is because of Schuldner's prog kind of, you know, roots, you know what I mean?
Tendencies, yeah.
Yeah, you know, so thankfully, you know, some of those albums were like so technical, but so smooth, you know, and you know, I hate the term groove or whatever. A lot of people take that the wrong way, but it had like this smoothness about it. You know what I mean? It just flowed really well, you know?
Well, what I don't think enough people realize or appreciate about Chuck is what an engineer, I guess, if you will. He was such the way he would put the songs together. He was very, you know, Steve told us lots of stories about that, how he would change them up 3,000 different ways. Every time he came in the studio, he'd done something different to the song.
Right.
But by the time he put it together and released it to you, it was a feat. It was a thing, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And it's so cool because like when I'll write, you know, the guitar parts, and I'll think ahead, you know, what drums and bass are doing on key parts, not the whole thing, you know, just like highlighted parts. Same with vocals. And I'll give those ideas to the other musicians and vocalists I'm working with, and then come up with something that I'm like, wow, this turned out better than I thought it was. But then you got a guy like Chuck who's also singing, you know what I mean? I can see the madness in this scientist's brain, you know, where he's throwing, you know, if I do the verse here, switch it over here, do it half the time, you know, that kind of thing. He's probably going over all this shit because he's already got the vocal lines there and everything, you know what I mean? So yeah, that guy had a lot of shit going on in his head, man, for sure.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
He was such a fucking badass, man. He'll be missed forever for me. You know.
Oh man. Oh yeah.
We celebrate his birthday around here and everything. So
yeah, yeah. And it's so cool because, you know, they have his signature, that stealth guitar that he has. I had a guy come in here, God, probably about 10 years ago, and had that guitar, and I was able to look at it, and it's fucking awesome guitar, man. You know what I mean? So that, you know, that kind of thing, you know, his signature guitar, it's like his memories living through this and all these new kids coming up into death metal and everything like that, you know? And it's so awesome, man, that all these new thrash bands, but they sound like late 80s thrash bands, you know? It's like kind of like Municipal Waste started a couple years ago, you know?
Right.
And it's huge now, and it's fucking awesome because we lost it for so many years, you know what I mean?
Man. Yeah.
And so much of the best metal. I mean, I love thrash. I you know, grew up on it and was in a bunch of thrash bands, you know what I mean? And my number one go-to thing, and a lot of them were just kind of swept under the rug, you know, once, you know, 1991 came, everyone was into, like, you know, the Seattle grunge thing and stuff like that. And then, but now it's like people know, you know what I mean? They're going back and they're listening to this shit, man. And then you got bands who are brand new, who sound like this, who are packing arenas. It's fucking awesome. I love it.
So awesome, man.
Yeah.
When we first started doing this show, the number one criticism that was levied at us is that we gave too much love to the thrash genre still. And people were telling us all the time, man, thrash is dead, dude. You got to move on. And honestly, I stuck to my guns on that. I felt like bands like Power Trip were bringing it back. I felt like bands like, you know, and let's be honest, there's a lot of bands that incorporate thrash and other elements, like, you know, Gate Creeper with kind of a hardcore crossover, deathy thing. And, you know, I love all that, you know, and I just felt it coming back, man. And now look at what we're doing. You know, now you got bands like Plague Years and Forced and, you know, that are just destroying it, man, out there just killing it.
Yep.
I couldn't be more proud.
And it's amazing music for, like, you know, kids who are getting into music. And you know, for me, it was like playing a thrash record back in the day was like Kill 'Em All, you know what I mean? Or Ride the Lightning, that kind of thing, you know? And so getting your chops up, you know, you'll get them quicker learning thrash than you do any other kind of fucking style. I don't care. The down picking, you know, everything, man. The riffing, it's got to be tight. It's got to be solid. You know what I mean? You can't fuck around with thrash music. You know,
so true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and honestly, that's why I feel like it developed a bad rep over time. Because while that's good thrash you're describing, thrash, in my opinion, is also the easiest metal to just completely fuck it up. There's so many bands out there that do what I call thrash by numbers. It's very structured. It's very gang vocaled. It's very, you know, the lyrics are not, in my opinion, well thought out. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
And I think people hear that and they're like, fuck thrash. You know? And it's easy. There's a bunch of those bands out there, but then if you dig through that though, and you find the Enforced and you find those bands, man, it's those bands that are switching it up with talented guitar players and have something to say. You know, there's you know, that's such a statement, you know.
Yeah, man.
Nothing's more fun than gangs singing along to a thrash song at top volume, man. I'll still put on Old Kill Overkill and Union We Stand, and I will march through this motherfucking studio like a fucking teenager with a boner.
Yeah. Hey, anytime Exodus does Toxic Waltz, it's the biggest mosh pit in the world, man.
Fucking
you know
right,
I mean?
brother. To this day, bro. That ain't going nowhere.
Right. That's funny.
Fuck yeah, man. Dude, and I think in times of strife, which I think certainly applies to where we're living at right now, let's be honest. But in times of craziness, two branches tend to appear. There's definitely that dark, thick art that's delving into what we're dealing with. But I think that that arm of thrash, that especially, let's be honest, what people have mockingly referred to as pizza thrash, if you will, which I think I take it as an affectionate term myself. I love it. But
what is it? Pizza thrash?
Pizza thrash. People have begun to call like Municipal Waste and bands like that pizza thrash, like it's stupid. You know, it's meant to be a derogatory term. I love it. I'll take it. You know, Crisix, as a matter of fact, who we had on the show tonight, we just talked to earlier in the show, has a brand new EP called the Pizza EP. You know, totally embracing the term, and I think that's the way to go.
That's awesome. Yeah.
But I think there's room for that. We need our fun. You need that release. You need to go in front of a stage and sing about pizza and say the world needs mosh and bang your body against your buddies.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. You have to put something in there like that. I mean, even when we do shows, we'll do like another body murdered or something to switch it up, you know, that kind of thing. And we haven't released it yet, but one of the songs that we did with Juan from LPD, which is from the Great Mexican Standoff, that's going to be released very soon.
Shout out to Juan. Love you, sir.
Yeah, Juan's fucking awesome, man. And he's one of the hardest workers I know. Really is. And he's coming up with some really cool stuff. Really is. That's going to be coming out, I think, October 4th. I think is the release date for that album.
So coming up.
So yeah. So what were we saying again? Sorry, I'm stoned.
Yeah, me too, brother. It's all good. But you know, there's two dates for metalheads our age that will be living in for me. You know, you're old like me, so the day we lost Cliff and the day we lost Chuck, man, those will be like.
I know, man. Yeah, when Cliff Burton died, you know, I was like, when I heard Master of Puppets, it was like thrash metal goes symphonic almost. You know what I mean? It was just like it was like another level. You know what I mean? And then seeing them, I was able to see Cliff play when they opened for Ozzy on their tour.
Me too. The Ultimate Sin tour. Yeah,
Ultimate Sin. Yep. So I was glad at least I was able to see him, you know, play with the band. And then it was like a couple months later, you know, they had the accident and he died, and I was just like, fuck. I thought at the time that honestly, I didn't know if Metallica was going to keep going.
Right.
You know, because Cliff was such a huge part of that band and how they wrote. And all that stuff. I mean, he was
Anesthesia was so
Yep.
Yeah, so crazy. Well, then you were at the show. That was in July, right? That was in July of the year we lost him. I was there.
Yeah.
Were you at what's Capitol Center?
Capitol Center, yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Fine on the side of the road on Central Avenue, and a fucking car rear-ended me, but it was like 10 cars back, and you know what I mean? And because I hit the car in front of me, it's like you're at fault for whoever you hit, you know what I mean? But it's this asshole who fucking did it, and he ended up taking off, and it was just like it was madness.
On that day, on the day of the Metallica show?
Yeah, on that day we're driving and we all had whiplash before we even got into the fucking show, man.
That's fucked, dude. That's fucked.
Yeah.
You know,
crazy.
That show, that exact show, I had an EXP. I had a white EXP.
Okay.
And fucking it was my very first car. We took black fucking electric tape and put pentagrams all over the car and Metallica all over the car and electric tape to go to the fucking show and shit. It was fucking
that's funny, man. You didn't get rear-ended, did you?
Yeah, no. We rear-ended some guy named Mike. No.
Right, yeah. Oh,
That's
man.
fucked up, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That was a crazy show, man. But yeah, those dates will live in infamy, man. I remember where I was when we heard the Cliff died. I remember where I was when we heard the Chuck passed. And those are terrible days for metalheads.
I know, man. Yeah.
Fuck.
We got their music, keep the memory going.
But it is all about the music, man. And we're gonna play here a couple of jams for everybody. We're gonna play some Aeon, the new Aeon, by the way, great song. And we're gonna play some Demonicus. But we're also gonna play a brand new Snipers of Babel song here for everybody, man. Tell me a little bit about that.
It's a song called Digital Death, and it's kind of where we have been evolving to with warfare. It's more on a machine, more on a digital level. Hopefully one day it won't involve any humans. Hopefully one day we won't have war. You know what I mean? But that's kind of where technology-based warfare, computerized kind of thing. That's basically what the song's about. How inhuman things are getting. We're headed in the wrong direction if something doesn't happen soon.
In so many ways, brother. In so many ways.
Yeah.
We have definitely entered into video game death, man. Video game war.
Yeah. Right.
You can sit back with a controller and kill real people now. That's a little alarming.
What's interesting is I heard like 7 or 8 years ago that our government has basically their ear to the ground on new talent when it comes to video gamers who are competing, who are, the competition drone flyers. Those guys are getting recruited into actually doing drone strikes. To them, it's like a video game. You know what I mean? And that's the people who are getting employed these days, believe it or not.
That's a scary correlation, man. The guy that used to sit in his basement and, create code is now fucking, creating weapons of mass destruction.
Basically, that's what the song's about. You hit it right there, man. Yeah.
A little bit concerning, brother. Well, fuck yeah, let's jam it then. Let's play some Aeon. Let's play the new Snipers of Babel song, which is what we just told you about. Let's play the Demonicus to poison everything behind that, and then can you hang out? Come back. We'll talk a little bit more before I let you go.
I got some more time. Yeah.
I love you, Mike. On a personal level, I love you, brother.
Love you, brother. Back.
Let's do this. Let's play some jams, including the new SOB, baby, and then we'll come back and hang out with Mike a little bit more.
Killer. Hang out. Don't go nowhere.
The world has changed. Even our gods dance to a new song.
There is no God Summer. Gotta rip that Band-Aid off now. You'll thank me later.
You're listening to Metal-O-Mania with the Crypt and Snipers of Babel.
Devastation will be swift. The time is at hand. As Earth loses its grip.
Death by stereo.
Alright, door's open. Get the fuck out.
That was the craziest fucking thing that ever happened. 70 miles fucking per hour, a fucking bird. The fuck, dude?
Well, headbangers, wasn't that one a real smash?
That is disgusting. But don't get me wrong, I have an erection.
All right, everybody, get up off the floor after that 3-pack of badassery just bowled you over. And I get it. I'm on the floor too. You can't see it, but I'm on the floor. But yeah, dude, man, great fucking. Those are all 3 badass jams. But dude, that new Cyber song, brother, killer. I'm a bit.
Thank you.
It's nothing new for you to hear from me at this point, but I'm a fan, sir. I am a fan, man.
Yeah, I hope you guys liked it. We wanted to get the digital guitar sound, you know what I mean, going back and forth. You know, that's kind of what spawned that whole idea of behind it and everything. I think it came across, hopefully. Yeah,
Well, I think so, brother. Very well, and with punishment, which of course I appreciate. So.
Yeah, excellent.
I like that you're never afraid to sprinkle some punishment in, sir. You know.
Yeah, you got to, man. You have to.
Right. It is metal after all, so you know.
Yep.
Well, and we were talking a little bit earlier about that. We talked a little bit. It's funny to think that you and I were both at that same Metallica show, man. We didn't know each other back then, but we were both at that same show at the same place on that same day.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy, man. And then
yeah,
Metallica being such a huge part. It's crazy to think now because I see on social media all the time people shit on Metallica. I mean, it's become a metal pastime at this point to just shit all over Metallica. But man, they were so amazing back then, dude. You can't understate that, you know?
Yeah, they were just incredible, you know, incredible band.
And new, they were talented. It was
yeah, they spawned that whole Bay Area thrash thing. You know what I mean? It was they came out of them, you know, and there were so many good bands that, you know, were from that area that a lot of people don't even know about, man. You know what I mean? Underappreciated bands and undiscovered bands and you know, I think recent times, you know, people are looking into more of, you know, the Bay Area thrash, you know, and then they're discovering them finally, you know what I mean?
So true.
But yeah, for years it was swept under the rug, you know.
Right. So true. Well, you know, I'm glad you touched on that, man. What I have a kind of a list that we keep, a kind of an unofficial list of bands that we definitely, I think, were criminally underappreciated, man. You know, Metallica was amazing, don't get me wrong, but they got all the love. Metallica, Megadeth, the big 4 kind of ended up getting all the love. You know, some people will definitely, like myself, I stick Overkill in there, but you know, Testament and Overkill, they got a lot of love. They weren't in the big 4, but they get a lot of the love. But there are so many bands that should have got more love that did not, man. You know?
I know.
What are some that come to your mind immediately, if you don't mind my throwing that question at you there?
Forbidden and Violence. And you have like two amazing thrash bands, but 2 totally different sounding thrash bands.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got, you know, Sean Killian's more like got the punk influence, more hardcore street kind of vibe. And then you have Russ, who is just like an amazing singer and a screamer, you know, it fits their styles perfectly. You know what I mean? Like you could never put, you know, Killian in Forbidden and then, you know, Russ in Violence. It would just be really weird, man. You know what I mean? But both bands are fucking amazing bands, amazing talent in their own right. You know, a lot of those guys I know, we hung out with and did shows with when we were living there, when I was in Oblivion, and great guys, man. You know, I'd be playing basketball with Sean Killian one minute and then going to see him, you know, Violence play at a sold out crowd at the Omni the next. You know what I mean? It was just like really cool, surreal times, you know, and it just sucks because they didn't get the more recognition that they deserved, man. You know, it's just so sad.
Eternal Nightmare is you know, that level to me, man. One of my greatest fucking moments on this show ever was having Sean Killian on the show, you know.
Yeah, man. He's such a cool guy, man. When we lived out there, he was like everybody's older brother. Like he looked out for us. He took us under his wing and showed us around and introduced us to everybody there, man. It was just such a cool guy, man. You know,
dude, that album meant so much to me, dude. Honestly, I'm not ashamed to admit that I am occasionally starstruck when we get a Steve DiGiorgio or a Billy Milano or something. But dude, I was so fucked when we talked to Sean Killian that I had to interview him a second time, which thankfully he was gracious enough to do, because the first time I failed to hit record, Mike. I didn't hit record.
Oh, that's right. You told me about that. Yeah. Oh man. But that, you know, he said he's gracious enough to do it again, you know?
Dude, Yeah, but you know, some metalheads out there might be hearing this for the first time because I shy away from this because I'm so horribly ashamed of it. But dude, honestly, the interview was great, and he was gracious enough to come back a second time, which I love him for doing.
Yeah.
And it was a great interview. But man, the first time we talked that never got recorded, he told me stories about going to high school with Cliff Burton. He told me like smoking joints with him and shit. Like, fuck, dude, I'm so it kills me to not have that, dude. It kills me.
That guy's got some amazing stories, dude. You know, because he was around, you know, when the whole thrash thing was just blowing up. You know, those times were, you know, had to be just amazing. You know, we moved out there right at the end of that. You know, 90, 91 was when we were out there, and you know, just thrash was getting just overlooked, man. You know, I mean, we had an offer from Relativity that, you know, to do a record, you know, for fucking Relativity, which was Combat, you know, pulled because they're just not into thrash anymore. You know, it sucked, you know.
The 91, 92 for me, those years I view in almost a dark cloud because that grunge crap was taking over. I'm sorry. I know a lot of you people out there love it, and I don't fault you for it. If you love it, that's great. I don't. I'm not a fan. I didn't like it.
I love Alice in Chains and a couple other songs from other bands, but on a level of replacing thrash, no way.
No way, dude. No way.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
I'll never get it. I'll never understand how a generation almost overnight went from angry with jean jackets on to sullen and sad with flannel on. It happened in a minute. It happened like that.
It was so weird. So weird.
Oh, it was surreal. Yeah. And I hate it. And honestly, I am accused often of unfairly hating the grunge style of music because of it. And I own that. You're totally right. People accuse me of that. You are 1000% correct. I resent it for what it became, and I hold it accountable. I personally view Alice in Chains as a hard rock band, not a grunge band personally, because I do also like Alice in Chains. So I justify it by removing them from that group because I'm an asshole.
Right. Yeah.
But, you know, but dude, the grunge movement has come to represent the death of thrash in many ways to not just me, to reality. I mean, and I hate it for it. How the fuck that crappy, syrupy, feel sorry for yourself music took over is I'll never get it. I'll never get it as long as I live.
I don't understand it either, man. I really don't. It's like music for the masses, I guess. You know, if you're in a progressive death metal or thrash band, and then this 3-chord songs come through on the radio, and it kills everything you're doing. You're just like, what the fuck did I just learn guitar for so many years? And now it's like, you know, you can teach somebody how to do that in a week. You know what I mean? You know, and I'm not, you know, like you said, it's like there's some bands in that whole movement who are really good. You know, for me, it's like Alice in Chains, Soundgarden, and stuff like that. And they are all basically good musicians, you know, in their own right. But it was almost a fad to dumb down music at that time, and I didn't understand it. You know what I mean?
I'll never understand it.
Yeah. I think and I'm not saying this is dumbed down metal by any means, but do you remember Forced Entry?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's the only Seattle band I really loved, you know, because
Forced Entry was a metal band, so
they were awesome, man. They were fucking, for a 3-piece, you know, they had a big sound, and they were really progressive, and they're just a really good band, you know. Another one was Coroner. I think they were a 3-piece also.
Yeah.
And bass player sang. They did some good shit too, man. And so there's definitely a lot of bands that shouldn't get overlooked, you know.
Well, you know, we're talking about thrash bands that might have been overlooked a little bit, but you should come and do a whole show with me about that. Bands that were overlooked because grunge came along, because there's so many of them. There was great talent. You know, the world turned its shoulder against it all at once in unison for some reason. But there was such an amazing amount of talent there. There was so many bands that weren't appreciated the way that Forced Entry being one of them, honestly. I mean, but like, yeah, Jason Bittner's band Shadows Fall was one of those bands, man. They were just an amazing band. Now, some of it edged on maybe the new metal stuff, but the stuff that didn't, I thought was really great. You know, and they're underappreciated probably. So,
and you know what, man, there were also like a couple really good Christian thrash bands like Believer, and there was another one, I forgot their name. And then you had other bands, I don't know if they were like a Christian band or not, but like bands like Watchtower that were doing just stuff that was like kind of like beyond years, you know what I mean? To a lot of bringing that kind of style into metal, you know what I mean? It was just really neat.
Incorporating a lot of unusual elements, right? Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty good stuff.
Confessor was another one where the music was like really slow and plotty, and the singing was really, really high, like a high range vocal range singing. You know, it's really different, you know, and I think they should have gotten a lot farther than they did. You know, I think they just kind of were a bigger local North Carolina band kind of deal. You know what I mean?
Right. So much of that is guilty of just timing. I really can't. Different things over the course of, you know, if it came out in a different era, it would have blown up, and it came out at the wrong time, man. So many of those bands just came out when people were starting to turn away from metal for whatever reason and turn to the grunge thing. And, you know, had some of those albums literally come out on 1 year sooner, they would be, you know, hallmark albums in our metal thing. So it's so much of that comes to timing.
And, you know, like bands like Pantera, they kind of bridge that gap between the grunge and the thrash, where the thrash was a little more groove because of the Pantera kind of riffs, but they still had that thrash kind of vibe to it. So in a way, it kind of made me feel like they were still carrying the torch, you know what I mean?
Right.
And getting really popular too in their own right, you know what I mean?
Well, and they were one of the bands that reached the metal market. Let's be honest. When that went down, there was a bunch of us. There was millions of you and me out there that were like, "What the fuck is happening? You know, where is the metal? What is going on?" And we did reach out to bands like Pantera. There was that they were a lifeline for us.
Yeah.
You know, Municipal Waste is another big one in my opinion that was still out there making good metal albums despite the fact that, you know.
Yeah, and it's like a lot of people haven't even like heard about them until like more recent times. You know what I mean? Another band that was just kind of like doing really good and very talented band and good guys. You know, we had the pleasure of sharing the same plane flight, you know, out to the Tecate Metal Fest in Mexico, and we stayed at the same place and everything. So we, you know, got to talk to them and stuff like that, and super cool dudes, you know.
Pantera, you mean?
Municipal Waste.
Oh, right.
Yeah. We did run into Phil Anselmo out there. He you know, his band was out there playing, so that was kind of cool. You know what I mean? Meeting him and I know it was Jeremy and Tommy's, like, you know, kind of idols. You know, really look up to that guy. You know, and again, he was a super cool guy, man. You know, he's just really nice, down to earth. You know.
Fuck yeah. I'd like to get him on the show eventually. Hopefully we will. Keep your fingers crossed.
That would be awesome. Yeah.
And speaking of Municipal Waste, I'm trying to get Landfill on, so keep your fingers crossed for that too, man. We've just missed each other a couple of times, so we'll see what happens.
Perfect. Yep. Yeah. Excellent.
That's good shit, man. Well, dude, man, none of those guests, whether they be Steve DiGiorgio all the way to whoever, mean as much to me as when you come by and hang out with me, Mike. For real, man. You're metal family to me, brother.
You're too kind, man. Too kind. It's always a pleasure and always fun, you know.
Love you with all my metal guts, my friend, for sure.
Love you back, brother.
And dude, I appreciate what a warrior badass you are, even if I know you might look in the mirror trying to find that motherfucker all the time, but every time I see you, I see the warrior badass, my friend. So
thank you.
Never forget that shit.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man.
You rule, man. You rule. Hey, when the world opens up a little bit, we'll get you back in studio again. We'll do the whole in-person thing.
Got to, man. It's always a fun time, and if they only knew the behind the scenes, they would see how much more fun it really is, man.
Fuck yeah, brother. Let's do it.
Yeah.
They don't call it Smoke Ring Studio for nothing, you know?
Yeah, right. It's like Spicoli's Volkswagen bus in Fast Times.
Fuck
I think
yeah.
that's what
That's the way our studio door looks when we open the door. We come rolling out and do the show.
Right. Yeah. All the smoke pouring out.
I love it. Well, fuck yeah, man. I'm going to hold you to it, man, in person sometime soon, hopefully.
Okay. Sounds good.
That's good shit, man. Thank you for hanging out with me, Mike. Let's play a couple of jams for everybody. What do you think?
That sounds good.
Fuck yeah.
Let's do it.
I believe I have some Death Perception and some Flesh Pit. So what the fuck, man?
Okay.
Good shit to listen to as we exit, right?
Excellent. Yeah, man.
But metalheads, don't go anywhere, because when you do come back after these two jams, I believe Scully's going to come back and hang out with me a little bit longer, and then we'll have a couple more songs for you before we get out of here for the night. So don't go anywhere, metalheads. Enjoy these jams. Thank you. If you're not already following Snipers of Babel, please do, and show them cats the love, because you certainly have all of mine, my friend.
Thank you. Hey, man, thanks for getting me on the show. I love you guys. Love you, Chris and Scully, and everything you all are doing, man. And hope you guys enjoy the music, and we're going to keep throwing it at you. So,
hey, man, I'm a fan. You keep making it. We'll keep playing it, brother.
Awesome. Sounds good, Chris. Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir, man. Until next time, my friend.
Awesome. See you guys.
Thank you. Thank you. We'll be back in a bit with more Tales from the Crypt. Thank you.
I would cry if it wasn't such a bitch-ass thing to do.
Oh my god.
Beg pardon?
You two figure out the details. I'm gonna go change into something I don't mind getting ripped off my milky flesh.
Okay, wow, that was okay. Cool. A little scary, but cool.
No, but who knew that Scattergories at the time wasn't just a game? It was shit porn. Did you know when you were playing Scattergories that? Oh, hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Scully's return. Welcome back, Scully. They came right back in time for us to talk scat. Yeah, aren't you glad? Aren't you glad? But how awesome has the show been tonight, man?
Oh, I love it. Yeah, it's been
yeah.
great. The fucking playlist is on point. I needed this, and
so badly. Yeah.
all the guests. This has been so much fun. You know,
awesome.
Catching up with Crisix and Mike Bossier popping in to chat.
I love Bossier too. Yeah, man.
You
I
know
love
what,
both.
though?
I love Plow.
I don't know how it got by you, but how did you not ask Bossier what his fucking favorite pizza topping was?
I know. I know what it was. He started bringing up his days hanging out with Chuck from Death and stuff, and there I went. I'm such a fanboy for that shit, man. I do. Oh wait, we got Nunslaughter coming up on the show in a few weeks. We got some big interviews coming in. We're trying to get Landfill in and stuff, but I'll forever be that guy, man. I'm easy to leave falling into the fanboy trap. So
I'm good with it.
Yeah, we get sidetracked when you talk metal to me, man. I'm like, what? Wait, what? So, and speaking of which, my buddy Bless Army, I don't want to not give love to my man Chris Bless from the Orange Tattoo Shop that we get all of our tattoos from these days. And I'm covering myself here. Here's my Cthulhu.
Right.
But yeah, he's doing these cool ass shirts, man. Support badassery and go over there and show them love. Tell them that the Metal-O-Mania crew sent you to get yourself your very own Bless Army shirt, because how badass is this? I do love it. Much love to you, Chris. Thanks for your support.
Okay.
Very much supportive to the show and to our calls and to metal for that matter,
Very cool.
So yeah, killer. And dude, did I mention that we have great interviews coming? We're going to be talking to Nunslaughter. We're going to be talking to Death Plague. We're going to be talking to Thraxis. Good stuff, man.
Okay.
Keep hanging out.
You guys definitely want to subscribe to our YouTube page.
Oh yeah.
Right?
I mean, please do.
We ask that you guys subscribe to these bands' YouTube pages all night long. But it wouldn't hurt if you guys subscribe to ours, and we can keep you updated on all of these awesome bands, plus other new ones that you are finding on a weekly basis and sharing with everybody each week.
So true.
And I think we also have Spotify, right? You want to talk about the Spotify for a second?
Please do support our Spotify playlist. Follow our Spotify playlist. It features all the bands that have come on the show and talked to us. So this week's featured guest will be Crisix on the Spotify playlist.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of really hard work goes into that. So
yeah, Daniel. Shout out to Daniel.
Yeah, Daniel puts a lot of hard work into that. So we want to make sure that you guys are supporting that as well. And that not only supports, Metal-O-Mania and Daniel's hard work, but also each of the bands get, a little bit of credit or a little bit of, something for that. Yeah. So that goes a long way. We really appreciate it.
And I'm glad you brought up the YouTube. I really am trying hard to push our stupid YouTube channel. I didn't really. It was a very much a third rail outlet for us for a while, because I don't like fighting the censor bullshit. And I don't like, there's just so many rules, and I don't like that. But
everything you're about is against the rules.
It really is. The whole show is against the rules, man. We should have called this metal, the Crypt and Scully against the rules doing metal. But they generally will cut 5 to 10 minutes out of our show or something like that. But I'm trying, and we're fighting the fight to keep it on YouTube. But please do help us. I feel like the bigger our following, the more our dick swings, and the more leeway we have. I do believe that, man. I've been told that even by several people.
Probably, right?
So please help us. If we can really build our YouTube channel better, I feel like it'll also, bend the rules for us more, and that's kind of what I'm all about.
Well, we've already now been recently labeled as
adults
a mature
mature only show.
Okay, so
by YouTube.
There you go.
Right.
That's one.
So that's a hurdle for us, honestly. It's a good in some ways, in that I do think they've allowed us a little more flexibility with that being our designation. But it also does not put us out there. You know what I mean? We're not going to come up in very many thumbnails for people, so we do have to be a word of mouth type of a thing for our YouTube channel to show. So, please help us spread some word of mouth if you don't mind.
Appreciate it.
Fuck yeah.
Put some pizza in your mouth and some Metal-O-Mania in your ears.
I have nothing better to say. Let's get the fuck out of here then. That's the greatest way to close the show I ever heard. So let's set up these other jams and let's get out of here. There's more pizza over here. I'm hungry. Are you hungry?
I know. I think there's like one more slice over there with my name on it.
Yeah, I've been eating cauliflower crust pizza these days.
I know, you're doing so good.
Lost 200 pounds, you guys. 240 pounds. So
I've not even
Meat
tried
lover
it.
cauliflower pizza. Good.
I refuse to even try it.
I know she won't even try it. She won't even try. It's good.
All right, we already closed the show. So.
Deuce eats it. So
Oh, Lord.
there you go. All right. Well, let's go play.
Give us the last couple songs.
Let's
What
go
is
play
it?
categories and eat the rest of this pizza and play these songs on the way out. But again, keep hanging out. We got good interviews coming up. We're gonna close with 2 songs, and after you hear these, shut out the lights and lock the door if you don't mind. Aborted is coming up. We're going to play Dementiphobia from Mania Cult. These Belgian legends are still on top of their game, and Mania Cult is just silly greatness. If you haven't bought it already, there's no excuse because it is out. Pick it up. Own it. Aborted. We're going to try so hard. I've been trying so hard to get these guys on the show. We'll see. Internal Bleeding also is the last song of the evening. Internal Bleeding, Overthrow Creation is a brand new single from this badass band that is keeping slam culture alive in fucking Long Island. And you're going to love this jam, man. It's the killer fucking shit we like to break things to as we close things down every week on Metal-O-Mania. Perfect example of it. And you're going to enjoy it. You ready to get out of here, Skulls?
I'm ready. 2 more, and then we're out.
All right, let's go break some things, eat some pizza, and we'll see you all next week where we'll have Thraxis on the show. It's going to be a good time. Don't go anywhere.
Yep.
Much love.
Much metal. Sorry.
See you next week. Later, folks.
Hey, this is Simon from Goat Sanctuary. You're listening to The Crypt and Scully at Metal-O-Mania.
Searching for a brighter day. Sacrifice to return to the brighter world. Madness from the deep, from the void, past the stars. Boiling the brains of the dumb followers. They march like shame to the voice of an ancient zone, devouring the world of an absence god. In the night they cry, covered in the shadow, to watch the world burn. They came with the sight, got the target vision, to win that run. Let the tentacles rise, with the sanitizers on. 1,000 years of madness is the cherished prize. Tentacles void and madness. Tentacles void and madness. Tentacles void and madness. Tentacles void and madness. They came at night, searching for a brighter day. Sacrifice to return to the brighter world.
The dark ancient god Cthulhu has called for a press conference.
Your mother sucks cocks in hell, Paris, you faithless swine. Come on, Tom.
still here? It's over. Go home. Go.
This just in. Scientists have discovered that once you've been infected by Metal-O-Mania, there is no cure. Contact Scully right away for more and more metal to feed the dragon.
This is Herb from Drawn and Quartered. You're watching Metal-O-Mania with the Crypt.
Hey fuckheads, this is Ghoulster with Ghetto Ghouls, and you're watching my favorite show right now, Metal-O-Mania with the Crypt and Scully.